Hi, if you're like me, you know Ever Decreasing Circle's 1984 is one of the best sitcoms of all time. So today, I thought it would be fun to pull up a chair by the campfire and rewatch the sitcom with the entire cast of then and now. I will tell you about the original names and ages of the actors and how they have changed in 2023. Okay, let's see. Paul Reman is played by actor Peter Egan. In 1984, when he was in the sitcom, he was 38 years old, and now is living out the 77.
12 or 13 minutes off?
That's the spirit. Oh, incidentally, Martin, about tonight, are we sleeping together again?
No, we are not.
Yeah. But it's only been since the 50s, really. It's got easier.
No, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
And the whole sort of Downton experience, because it is global, isn't it?
It's wonderful.
Massive...
Mrs. The Ripper is played by actress Ann Davies. In 1987, when she was in the sitcom, she was 53 years old, and sadly on April 26, 2022, she passed away at 87 in London, England.
Seen you in here before?
No coincidence. Jack and I were out for a drive and we stopped off here for a drink.
Oh, yes. Small world.
Up until the time of her death. And she died 10 years ago next month, which is unbelievable to me. We had daughters who were literally...
Harold is played by actor Ray Winstone. In 1986, when he was in the sitcom, he was 29 years old, and now is living out the 66.
Harold? Oh, young man, before you go in, would you mind moving your tractor back a bit? And I shall be going out in the Dormobile shortly, at last. My pleasure.
Actually help someone, then the film's done its job in a way, isn't it? It's not. I mean, it's not Saturday night with a pizza, is it? Hey, I'll probably come out a bit tonight like that.
Martin Briers is played by actor Richard Briers. In 1984, when he was in the sitcom, he was 50 years old, and sadly on February 17, 2013, he passed away 79 in Bedford Park, England.
I'm not in the mood for frivolity. I've just been out of the Dormobile for 3 hours.
You've been run over.
No! I was under there on purpose.
Well, why didn't you talk to me before you did a thing?
Sitcoms, we did, I think, 28. Nowadays they do 50, 60, and people get fed up with them. They're too many. So we were, once the boys were very...
Hilda Hughes is played by actress Geraldine Newman. In 1984, when she was in the sitcom, she was 50 years old, and now she is living out the 89.
Howard, it's Martin.
Good morning, dear.
Good morning, Howard.
Good morning, Martin. Correct me if I'm wrong, Howard, but I was under the impression that you're...
Hello. I was just picking some up before coming out to you with Henry's tablets. Oh, I can take them. Oh.
Anne Rice is played by actress Penelope Wilton. In 1984, when she was in the sitcom, she was 38 years old, and now she's living out the 77.
See, the thing about a spontaneous sort of Christmas like this is the amount of organisation it requires.
Well, to most people, that would be a contradiction in terms.
Do you know, I've worn out 3 boroughs already.
The end, because you can't get a film crew to keep coming back from going up, because they actually did go up the country.
Yeah, of course.
And to Berwick-on-Tweed. So our scenes at the beginning...
Dan Danby is played by actor Milton Johns. In 1986, when he was in the sitcom, he was 48 years old, and now is living out the 85.
Forgot. You forgot. Let me tell you something, Hilda. In 1793...
Excuse me, could we volunteer?
Volunteer?
Yes.
I think it was what they wanted, and the intellectual approach as to why it hadn't occurred to him before. Mercifully, as we went...
Mrs. Pierce Moore is played by actress Gabrielle Day. In 1984, when she was in the sitcom, she was 73 years old, and sadly on January 5, 2005, she passed away at 93 in Essex, England.
Do you know you couldn't take solid food for 6 weeks? Anyway, I'll sooner help with the tea. Oh, it's ages since I've been in the kitchen.
Mr. X is played by actor Leon Lissac. In 1984, when he was in the sitcom, he was 45 years old, and sadly on January 13, 2022, he passed away at 82 in the UK.
And you would be very good. Presumably you slept the night here? Very...
Howard Hughes is played by actor Stanley Libor. In 1984, when he was in the sitcom, he was 50 years old, and sadly on November 22, 2014, he passed away at 80 in Faversham, Kent, England.
retrospect.
Oh, here's Hilda.
Ah.
You know, I never see my Hilda come through a door without feeling a bit peculiar.
What a nice thing to say.
Tommy Cooper's playback actor Ronnie Stevens. In 1984, when he was in the sitcom, he was 59 years old, and sadly on November 11, 2006, he passed away at 81 in Northwood, London, England.
I'm sorry, Hilda. No, you nailed the nail in.
I can't hold up my arms any longer.
You and your arms are becoming the be-all and end-all of everything.
Lawrence's playback actor Timothy Bateson. In 1984, when he was in the sitcom, he was 58 years old, and sadly on September 15, 2009, he passed away at 83 in London, England.
I just found my finger in the air.
Yeah, and I just found myself walking back to the pavilion.
I can't change the course of history.
Look.
Archie's playback actor James Grant. In 1986, when he was in the sitcom, he was 59 years old, and sadly on June 24, 2012, he passed away at 84 in Purton, Wiltshire, England.
Steward! Anyway, Martin, committee's doings. You very nearly didn't get on the table, you know.
Why?
Well, because Agnew, as per usual, wanted us all to pass a motion.
Who is your favorite character in the sitcom Ever Decreasing Circles? And what do you think when some actors have passed away? Leave your comments below this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell to wait for my next videos. Thank you and see you again.